Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Fanatic Rundown, joined tonight by my special guest, Tyson from Delaney TV.
Well, you know what? Starting off a weekend on a high note, we got a Oilers victory in overtime. Nugent Hopkins going low blocker. You love to see it. Obviously, that said, he went to the left-hand side of the goalie, but that's on the old, right-hand catching goalie. So we'll make it what it is. But I mean, a thrilling game to watch in terms of the Oilers had to fight back after a bad first period. And hey, you know what? We get a W in overtime. Again, I think I've watched one regulation win all season. I know on my channel I claimed I'd never watch another Oilers game again the way they've been going while I've been watching. But
well, we all knew that wouldn't happen.
That's some promises are hard to keep.
I think this was also the first win for Tyson and I. Like, I'm up in, or down in Airdrie, I should say, not up, down in Airdrie for a hockey tournament that I will, hockey game that I will let Tyson do the full explanation for in a moment. But yeah, just nice to get this first win here. I want to throw out a special congratulations to Toff from Rig 72. He was in Utah, got to watch this game live tonight. So a real special win for him to see live. And if you haven't heard, obviously the Edmonton Oilers with a big 4-3 comeback overtime victory tonight. At one point, they were down 2-0 in this game after the first period. A big second period, Vasily Podkolzin dash. You know you love that one. Getting that second goal there for you. Draisaitl tied it up on the power play. Connor gave the Oilers the 3-2 lead on the power play, so a couple power play goals. Oilers, the longest running current penalty kill streak in the NHL right now.
And I think they added 3 more tonight, was it, or 2 more?
Yeah,
something
2 or 3. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Either way, they were perfect. Yeah, as far as I remember.
So, former Oiler Nick Bugstad assisting on the Utah tying goal in the third period, of course, forcing overtime, where Nuge got the big overtime winner. So certainly not a perfect game for the boys tonight. A first period to forget. Second period, definitely a dominant one. Third period, kind of up and down. And then overtime, I felt they had the best chances and got the overtime winner. So we'll take it.
Well, you kept saying in overtime, and I think it's really simple. You kept saying, keep possession, keep possession. You know how many times the Oilers have had possession in the offensive zone, 40, 50 seconds to start overtime, cough it up somewhere just around the blue line, back of the net, 2-on-1, game over. Doesn't matter if it's picks, doesn't matter if it's Stu. It ends the same way all too often. And the Oilers, to their credit, I think Bouchard and Draisaitl and McDavid out there on that first shift had a couple good, I bobbled it. Draisaitl, you were yelling at him, hustle back. It was all the way in the Oilers zone. Definitely a puck normally they give up on. They got it back. That was huge. Up the ice, Nuge ended up scoring. I think it was a strip and steal is what Bob was saying. Again, watching it all live in the setting we're in, you kind of miss some stuff simply because of not having audio.
Yeah.
But either way, a victory that, again, maybe you're not sitting here yelling from the rooftops that you're proud of, but these are the wins you have to get during the regular season to get to the top of the standings.
Yeah, Tyson and I watched the game tonight at Main Street Bar in Airdrie, so we didn't have the sound or anything like that.
And small TV.
And a small TV.
They felt like Dallas and Colorado was more important.
Yeah, I know we're in kind of Flames territory here, but
it's Friday night. The Flames ain't playing.
Yeah, they're not even playing, and the Oilers can't get on one of the big screens in there, so that was a little sad. But regardless, they get the victory tonight. We noticed in a couple of the goals, obviously, I think you're leaning on it there with Connor McDavid and Evan Bouchard being on at least for a couple of those. So,
what I was leaning on, right? Yeah. Like they left so much to be desired on those goals against, and then Pickard's kind of given up halfway through, right? It looks like, okay, he's going to try. And he's like, well, nobody else did, so I'm not going to either. And it's kind of, I think I kept saying to Patrick at the bar, it just left so much to be desired from the whole team. But especially, it happens once. That's what I said after the first one. Yeah. It happens twice, and you got McDavid and Bouchard culpable on 2 in a row, and you're like, okay, when do we not blame that third guy between the pipes? And definitely, I think by the third one, it was kind of, we're done here.
Yeah. Yeah, so not a stellar night for a few guys, Calvin Pickard included, but at the end of the night, you walk away with 2 points, 4-3 victory. You don't care too much about Utah getting a point. It's not a key rival there. What else do we want to talk about in this one? I'm just really impressed with how the penalty kills turned around. I didn't even realize they were leading the NHL at this point.
You had a good point.
Yeah.
You had a really good point about that. I think something we missed last year was the start of last season was a little rocky, right? We all remember that. Worst in the league there too. Not nearly as bad as this year, but you get the point. And then they kind of solidified the pairing, stopped using as many guys, figured out who works, who doesn't work. And then it really was just Mark Stewart. Yeah, it's Mark Stewart. I always screw up my Stewarts, famously. But you look at it here, he got down to the nitty gritty, kept rolling the same pairs, and suddenly things started working. And we were top 5 last year or something.
Yeah.
Well, what have we suddenly found all of a sudden 20 games into the season here again, right?
Yeah, a couple new guys on the penalty kill, finding that rhythm, finding those pairings, and it's finally starting to come through. And obviously special teams in general, 2 power plays. The Oilers look dangerous on all their power plays. We all remembered the way this year started. You almost wanted to take a pass on the power play. It was so terrible.
Well, even still in the last how many ever games, we were 1 for 11 entering tonight's action, and suddenly you spark up 2 and you go 3 for 13 in your pass few. That's not a better percentage by any mile, but it's something to start saying, hey, this is turning around a little bit here, and hey, we'll take the positives where we can get them right. This is, like I said, not a victory to write home like, oh my God, we dominated Utah. It was so great. We won in overtime, and what an amazing first visit to the Utah, whatever the heck they are as yet. But it's like, still, you got to win these ones.
Utah Yeti.
Well, you did see that on the broadcast, didn't you? I think we all did. That one kid sitting there watching. Yeah, that's a dead giveaway at this point.
Yeah, let us know your guesses in the comment section below. I think it's going to be Utah Yeti, though.
I don't think you can miss that marketing opportunity.
No. I think that's pretty much the story of this one tonight, guys. Yeah, like an up and down game, not a perfect one. They're coming off a 5-day break. You'd hope they'd come out a little bit better than they did. They were far behind in shots in this one, but I think it ended up pretty close when all was said and done.
Dead even in overtime at one point.
So we'll take it. It's basically the story of this one.
And I'm going to tell you as well. Yeah. I mean, it kickstarts on a positive note, right? I think the last time you and I watched a game at Main Street, it wasn't such a positive note. We mentioned it to the server this time around of, hey, like, I know you guys got a thing going on Friday and Saturday nights, which, by the way, if you ever want to party in Airdrie on this Friday, Saturday night, get down to Main Street. It's a treat. But they shut off the game 10 minutes left in the third period against Colorado 2 years ago, and we had to hustle over to Bogies, which is also a great spot in Airdrie. We mentioned that to our server, and she's like, well, why didn't you just ask to keep it on? And I'm like, well, we were new here at that point. What do you mean? But no, the game stayed on the whole time. And at the end of the day, I forgot where I'm going with this, like I typically do. I'm sorry, you can edit this out if you want. But no, it's just, it starts on a positive note, right? No running around to watch the game. That's where I was going. Yeah. We've got a big event tomorrow night. Pack the Pete Purple friends. For those of you that haven't seen kind of my stuff going on Dolany TV this week, a lot of focusing on the fundraiser that is Pack the Pete Purple for Kirsten's place up in Olds that they're building right now. I'm telling you, I don't want to plug myself on your channel, Patrick, but I think I'm plugging you at the same time. Patrick and I will have the commentary Saturday night live broadcast out of the Pete Knight Memorial Arena in Crossfield, Alberta, broadcasting the game, raising that little bit extra of awareness.
Yeah, on Dolany TV.
On Dolany TV, that I do have to mention. Patrick will have the link on his community tab for you. I guarantee that. But basically, what's nice about this is we get a real Friday night out, right? Biggest thing, you came down here and sacrificed 2 nights of your weekend. You didn't have to show up till 3 p.m. tomorrow. And you sacrificed 2 nights in a hotel to watch a hockey game at Main Street. Again, I get it. Main Street's a great place, but most people don't say, let's go to Main Street to watch the Oilers game on a Friday night with me. Like, you know, I'm usually sitting at home.
You got to cover all your bases.
It's great to at least kickstart it with a win. And I'm really looking forward to what's going to be a super special night. Whether there's any technical issues with the stream or not, we'll have the recording. We'll have what is sure to be absolutely magical night down at the Pete Knight Memorial Arena. A lot of good content to come out of there tomorrow night. And I think too, for anybody, I know mainstream media is not exactly everybody's thing anymore, but there was a great piece on Global News today or yesterday, they shared it on Facebook today, about the fundraiser that is Pack the Pete Purple. And I really want to hit home that I need you to check that out here as we head into tomorrow night's action, as Patrick and I have your call high above the Pete Knight Memorial Arena tomorrow night. And I'm looking forward to having the call with you, buddy.
Yeah, no, can't wait. And like Tyson said, I'll have more information on the YouTube community tab for you guys tomorrow if you want to check it out. And yeah, we're going to be a little late to the Oilers Avalanche tomorrow night, but we'll have something up for you post-game when our thoughts anyway.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. I mean, you can always do something on the box score, right? Especially if they win 7-2.
I'm sure that's what will happen because I can't see all of it. But
see, this guy gets me.
So I think I'll wrap it up there for tonight, guys, but we'll have more for you tomorrow from here in Airdrie. So thanks for tuning in as always. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. Tyson, thank you for joining me tonight.
Absolutely, buddy.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Maybe we won't do it from a cold garage tomorrow night.
What's wrong with a cold garage?
My feet are cold.
Okay, fair enough. His feet are cold. We better get out of here. Take care, guys.